Ladies and gentlemen, you have something special. You have greatness in you. Hi, my name is Les Brown. One of the things that we know, that all of us have undeveloped potential in us. I'm excited to be able to speak in behalf of the Igniters. It's a group of individuals who are messengers of hope. Individuals who've gone through some stuff, but realize it's not what you go through, it's what comes out of you that develops your character, that helps you to begin to create a different kind of life for yourself and others and make a greater impact. You got something special. You got greatness in you. It is difficult to bring it out. You can't read the label when you're locked in the box, and that's where the igniters come from. Because when they speak, they will ignite something in you. When they speak, they will interrupt the loop in your mind that says you can't do it. When they speak, and as you watch them and listen to them, what you take in will determine your outlook on life. And the igniters, they help you to realize that when you are pursuing your greatness, being ignited by an unstoppable goal and dream of living the greatest expression of yourself, the world will never be the same again. You got something in you. And if you're ready for an explosive life, a life, as Helen Keller would say, make your life a daring adventure. The igniters, that's what they do. They ain't playing with you. They're coming for you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up for us today. I certainly thank you for your energy. I know it's not easy to carve out time, but I promise you it'll be well worth it. Thank you to Dr. TJ and Maura and Dr. Jonas for doing such a great job with us. I want you all to just go with me on a journey. And I thought about it while people were speaking, how many of us have been pinned against the wall in a situation where we just had to cry uncle, like I give, like I surrender, right? I'm sure that many of you have. And what I found is that you have death, you have divorce and disaster and disease and debt. And those tend to be the things that cause us to hold on so tight that we forget to let go of things that are no longer serving us. And when we do that, we tend to get so stuck and so bogged down with things that we're carrying with us that we don't even realize that we're carrying with us. How many of you have been in that situation? Well, I have a spiritual formula for that, for letting go, and I'm going to share that later. I also have a hypnotic formula, as well as a formula that really, really works for my clients that I've been using for them. But I'm going to share the spiritual formula with you today. But before I actually do that, I'm just going to share a short story as to how I came into all of this. So I was in the hospital recovering from acute asthma and double pneumonia. It was back in 2013. I was really at the height of trying to reconstruct my life after divorce, after moving and kids and raising them and making sure that they get what they needed. And I was hit with an asthma attack, and I landed myself in the hospital, not for the first time, not for the second time, but for the third time. First time I was in there for 3 days. Second time I was in there for 5 days. This time I was in there for 7 days. In the middle of that, I was defending my dissertation, and I was writing and I was slaving away. Not only that, I was raising my kids. I was looking for another place to live. I was applying for jobs at different universities. My whole life was just running and running and running. And when I landed myself in the hospital, all I could think about was, when am I going to get out? And the doctor would come in and he would leave. He would come in and he would leave. And when he would come in, he would look at me and I would perk up like, I know I'm going home today. And after the second, after the third, after the fourth day, I said, okay, doctor, what do I need to do to get out of here? He said, well, when I no longer hear any obstructions in your respiratory system, you can go home. I said, oh, okay, I know how to do that. All I have to do is just do some breathing exercises. I have been practicing my yoga breathing. I have been practicing, meditation. I can do this. But he would come in on the fifth day and he would say, see you tomorrow, Miss Jeter. And I was like, okay. And then on that fifth day, I was just like, okay, I'm nervous now. I feel like I'm falling behind. Bills are due. Things are happening. Life is moving on without me. People can't come and visit me like they were doing in the beginning because life goes on, right? So I said, okay, I need to know what I can do to get out of here. I'm still just thinking outside of myself what I need to do. And I knew that I needed to get out of here so that I could move on with my life. And I heard, let go. Let go? What do you mean let go? I let go of my marriage. I let go of ideas. I let go of expectations. I let go of family. I had to start all over. I let go of 2 businesses. I let go of everything. What do you mean let go? And I heard, you've not let go. You've had things taken away from you, but you're still holding on. And I sat with that for a minute. I said, so how do I let go? And I heard, do something new. Let go and do something new. Okay, well, I'm doing things new. I've never actually gone all the way for my doctorate before. I've never actually bought a house before. I'm doing things new. What are you talking about? So I sat with it. The doctor came in, left me there another day. That 6th night, I said, okay, I surrender. What do I need to do? And I took a deep breath. And it felt like I had never taken a breath a day in my life. How many of you are holding your breath, waiting for the next thing to happen, waiting for the other shoe to fall, waiting for something to go wrong? Yet you're trying to succeed and you're trying to do things, but you're not really getting anywhere and you don't know why. Once I took that breath, the doctor came in on the 7th day and said, all right, Miss Jeter, I'm going to sign your papers and you can leave. When I went home, I reflected on that journey and I learned that when we are in trauma, we separate from ourselves and we identify so heavily with the unhealed self that we leave our divine self behind. And we continue on this journey without the necessary power that we need. And we also restrict ourselves. And when we restrict ourselves, we don't allow for that expansion. We don't allow for new things coming in and new things going out so that we can literally do what we need to do. We're still stuck. And we attach ourselves to our experiences so much that we forget to connect to the source. These things prevent us from stepping up and speaking life and from executing in the power that we've already been graced with. So I want you to remember to always bring your unhealed self and your divine self together. You are made to intertwine and integrate those in this life. No part of you is to be rejected or denied. Everything you've ever been through is to be used as fuel, not as an anchor to keep you stuck in the past. Always allow for expansion so that you can have new experiences, so that you can speak life in truth, and always remain connected to your divine self so that you can execute with power. Let go and have more. Let go and have more. Because life is meant to be lived, not meant to be suffocated as I was suffocating life. Letting go helps us learn who we are without all the things that we're trying to get. And the hardest thing to teach people is how to be free. People say they want to be free, but what are they doing? They're chaining themselves to the expectations of others. They're hemming themselves up with religion. They are tying themselves down with their career, and they're binding themselves up in unloving relationships. And they are tearing themselves apart and wondering why they are stuck. Not being able to breathe was the best lesson I had to teach me how to be free. So, what is the one thing that is actually in your life that's trying to teach you freedom, how to detach, and how to let go? Remember, attachment is going to keep you stuck, but connection is going to move you forward. I want you to remember that many are stuck because they have become so attached to who they think they are that they have forgotten who they've been created to be. So the formula I want to leave with you is forget about the past. You're doing a new thing. It's happening now. Can't you see it? You're creating rivers in the desert and pathways in the wilderness. I want you to imagine that, because as you do something new, the past is going to fade, and it's going to get to a point where it's no longer heavy and it's no longer holding you back. If you need to reach me, you can go to www.9stepstopower.com. And remember, reconstruct the world by reconstructing your mind. I know you can do it. Thank you.